Okay, Season 4 is off and running. Let's see if they managed to address some of the points I brought up in my princess debate video, starting with Twilight being a princess.
And I already feel like I'm missing something.
Oh, well, there's still the stereotype that every little girl wants to be a princess.
I don't know if it's every pony's dream.
Huh, how about Twilight the Alicorn? Elder Princess
But I hope you know that I will always be here if you need me.
Civilian Pony.
Princess Twilight will know!
The main five?
The Summer Sun celebration may have brought us together, but it's something much bigger that'll always keep us connected.
How far into the episode did I get? For real? I worked so hard on that video, and they have to go and address all the issues with one act? Well, you know what? Forget this. I was all set to go on a rant, and they had to spoil it by hitting every point in the first act. How about that? My producer has locked the door.
She don't want pretty dresses, makeup, hairdo, that's just not her.
Actually, the points I brought up aren't like one of Twilight's checklists. It isn't a case of doing it once and that's that. These points will hopefully be recurring themes throughout the season, and in some episodes they won't be a factor at all. Yet for this episode, I can honestly say they tackled fan concerns and questions beautifully, addressing almost every issue in the first act. Let's start with the most fundamental aspect of any episode, the story. Thematically, this episode is trying to bring us full circle as the ponies get ready for the Summer Sun celebration. Unlike last year, the celebration is taking place in Canada. Whoa, wait a sec. Last year? It's only been 1 year? You mean to tell me within 1 year of coming to Ponyville, Twilight has faced a corrupt princess, rediscovered mystical elements, rescued a princess, freed another princess, saved the land, banished the Star Bear, been assaulted by a dragon, suffered a magical poison, taken over Winter Wrap-Up, reevaluated her philosophy, been turned to stone, fought diamond dogs, been assaulted by another dragon, ruined a gala, faced a chaos spirit, saved the land again, reintroduced a princess to society, appeared in a huge production, traveled through time, faced even more dragons, been ditched by her friends, saved a third princess, freed that princess again, repelled a changeling invasion, freed that first princess again, rescued an empire, nearly been killed in a tornado, promoted the equestrian games and been elevated to a princess? You know, suddenly her mental breakdowns seem very conservative. And Twilight seems to be headed for another breakdown as she has to participate in this year's celebration when she can barely control her wings. One might think that I'd criticize this role since it's another appearance for the public's sake, yet I don't because it makes sense. Help Twilight and society get adjusted to the new situation with a few public appearances before tackling the leadership role. A good plan. Except Twilight doesn't have much time to adjust as the sky breaks and all her mentors are either missing or indisposed, making her the de facto leader of an entire nation. From there, Twilight tries to approach this as she has past adventures, reunite with her friends and face the challenge head on. Only it doesn't work that way because her new role carries new responsibilities, including thinking of her own safety. No sooner have the main six declared their resolve when, one crocodile attack later, they're telling Twilight it'd be safer to head home. Twilight does so only to turn around and try to reunite with them again. Girl's moving like a yo-yo. While the decision to send Twilight away was wrong, I do see how they came to that conclusion. They're looking at the big picture, perhaps more so than Twilight, though they fail to take two things into account. The first is that Twilight is the driving mentality for the group. Without her, they start to fragment and fall apart. Plus, losing one element of harmony ruins the set's collector's value. So in many ways, they're equally irreplaceable. Once she realizes and accepts the changes in her life, Twilight is able to help the others understand that in order for the ponies to have a future, they have to let go of something important. Something like an old dynamic or how they expected life to play out. This is an important message for growing up. While it might be painful to let go of something which we've grown accustomed, something new and wonderful might come forth in its place. The scene where they relinquish the elements of harmony drives this fact home perfectly. We get the feeling that a staple of the show is leaving, yet we're promised something new in exchange. Besides a great story, this episode offered us a rare treat, continuity that enhances character development. Given that I enjoy this show for more slice of life than adventure, I don't normally look for continuity, yet I always appreciate it. We got to see the actual events that highlighted Celestia and Luna's reign, plus the episode helped link back to more recent episodes by keeping characters consistent. Yet what I really admire is that the writers chose to leave some things out of continuity. In particular, Twilight's perfect flight at the end of Magical Mystery Cure and Cadence's breathing exercises from games ponies play. Twilight's greatest strength, her mental prowess, is also her greatest weakness. If allowed to sit and stew, she will think and think about a problem until she loses all sense of perspective and the problem overwhelms her common sense. Yet when other ponies turn to her for guidance, as the guards did, Twilight's doubts and worries vanish and she is able to evaluate the situation quickly and decisively. She's at her best when she lives in the moment. This is why I don't like the idea of Cadence's breathing exercise eliminating Twilight's stress. It's a critical part of her character and shouldn't be dismissed with one quick breath. I'd like to think this mental anxiety is part of the reason why she's having trouble flying and why she fails to use magic at critical points. However, this could easily be explained as a shortcoming of the script, as the writers wanted to place Twilight in situations where she would need rescue. While I appreciate that Twilight is not the all-powerful demigod some thought she might become, I'm afraid this has been a repeating issue throughout the series. There have been multiple times where Twilight could have used an already established spell to resolve a situation, yet she never uses that arsenal. This is an unfortunate side effect of creating a world full of magic without laying out the governing rules. There may be a limitation in place, but the audience doesn't understand, so it's just confusing. Also, Sakura's alicorn-only potion stinks of plot convenience. Other than giving our favorite zebra some screen time, I can't see why they couldn't use Discord to handle the exposition. He's taken Twilight back in time as an observer before. He could easily show all three of those flashbacks without the potion or the Rule 34 jokes that come with it. Why would he show all three, you ask? Well, he could either help Twilight understand or give a reason like, sorry, princess, traveling backwards in time isn't like window shopping. I know, I'm not as good as John Delancey. Whose voice shall build a bridge between bronies and our Trekkie brethren, may he never suffer strep throat. And through those flashbacks, we get to see how great a toll those battles can take on even a princess. I've been hungry for a chance to see Celestia's emotional side. Throughout the first 2 seasons, she always appeared unflappable. It took a Pinkie Pie Polka Parasprite parade to get her to look surprised. Here, we finally get to see under the royal masks. Celestia isn't breaking down sobbing, yet those few tears say leagues about the tough decisions and sacrifices Celestia has made. The funny thing is that Celestia reaches this new level of character depth even after she's been captured and imprisoned again. And who should we blame for all this trouble but Discord himself? And as always, John Delancey dominates the role. His very burps like singing. I even like that Nicodemus Legend show. Many fans were concerned that Discord's reformation would end the character's appeal, yet I think he's better suited to playing the trickster than the conqueror. Discord hit just the right balance, delighting in the confusion around him yet using mind games to push the ponies onto the right path. The other ponies have moments to shine as well, though they function best as a whole. At the beginning, we see that Applejack is accepting the new dynamic with practicality and Rarity wants to celebrate it. Rainbow Dash is more intent on making Twilight the best flyer possible, which matches with her athleticism and her drive to push other ponies. Fluttershy doesn't seem to comment. Instead, her best moments are spent keeping Discord in check. Again, a nice nod to continuity. Yet above all the others, Pinkie Pie is in her prime. Her support for Twilight, helping her celebrate and smile, is a testament to everything that makes Pinkie Pie a great character. The coloring book joke was forced, and I've seen some fans criticize the episode for that, yet that seems like a small bump against helping Twilight smile. I gotta say, this season opener is my favorite. The characters are presented wonderfully, the internal and external conflicts are endearing, and we get to flesh out and expand the world's mythos. After nearly a year's gap from a controversial closer, this is just what I needed, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the mystery of the box unfolds. I'm Silver-Quill, thanks for watching. John Delancey. I hear he's one of the best things of that Torchwood miniseries. Maybe I'll check it out on Netflix.
She was all I want, I get, I say you do. Kiss my head on your knees.